I'm here at Ballarat Stables with Darren Weir at Forest Lodge. Darren, we'd just like to know a little bit about you. You've been training for quite a while. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, Darren, it was originally when I first left school, I went across with a mate, Austie Coffee, to his brother's place, Jack and Sandra Coffee at Birchip, and worked on their stud there and started riding a bit of track work and that sort of thing. And from there, I've just been involved in horses all my life, and went to Mildura from there and worked for John Castleman. Which was a good experience in training the older class of horse, and from John's place went across and had a stint at Lindsay Park, which was terrific. The experiences that you get from that is, it's the best spot to go if you want to learn to train horses. And from Lindsay Park, started to learn to shoe a horse, and then went down to Terry and Robin O'Sullivan's place at Stawell, and was there farrier and horsebreaker for a numerous amount of years, and then took out an owner trainer's licence and started to train an odd horse. So that's where we all started.
At some stage you moved across here to Forest Lodge, this magnificent complex where you've got a big team of horses. How long have you been here, and how have you enjoyed training here at Forest Lodge?
Yeah, Darren, training's been terrific at Ballarat. It's the facilities are first class, and things are ticking along really well. We set up a place at Stawell when we started horsebreaking, and then went training, and then Stawell became a little bit small for us. We couldn't cater for the horses that we were getting offered, so we thought we'd had to make a move, and we moved to Ballarat about 8 years ago and purchased Forest Lodge, and it was probably the best move of our career. We moved here and got the opportunity to train more horses, and we're lucky enough to have a horse like She's Archie come along and sort of put our name on the map.
Yeah, of course, you ran second in the Melbourne Cup and only got beaten by Mackivy Diva, which no one else seemed to be able to beat. Tell us about some of your favourite horses. Which horses spring to mind as your favourites?
Well, I liked a horse called Skewiff. Had a great racing style. Was a super little mare. Was unlucky not to probably win a Group 1, and she had had this bursting sprint that was when she produced it was just terrific to watch and a great thrill. So she's probably her and She's Archie were definitely two of the more favourite horses that I've trained.
You built a bit of a reputation about being a trainer of stayers and fillies, and you seem to be able to really set a horse for a race. How do you go about that?
We enjoy that. We enjoy getting a horse to a level, and then hoping that they go to the next level, and by going to the next level you sort of got to have a plan. So we try and pick out probably a race that we think they can win, and then talk to the owners about it, and most owners are happy to go along the way of setting a horse for a good race. So there's a bit of work going into it, but if you've got a plan, and sometimes it comes off. Slutty fine.
Darren, what about the current crop of horses you've got here now? Is there anything in the stable that you think is a little bit special, and also some of the yearlings that are coming in from the sales this year?
Sort of got a wide variety of horses at the moment, Darren. Winning quite a number of races, but probably the horse that sort of kept us up there over the spring and that was Like It Is. She's a great mare. She's got a good racing style, and she's won 2 or 3 Group 2 and Group 3 mares races, and she's probably the one that's the more favourable horse of the stable at the moment. But from a young horse point of view, we haven't been able to get the really well-bred yearlings in previous years, but through syndicators and people sort of, I suppose, seeing the success that we're having, this year people have been out and bought some really well-bred yearlings. So Australian Thoroughbred have supported us big, and the crop of yearlings that they got this year, we have them, you know, that'd be the best bred horses we've had for sure. So hoping that with the well-bred horses coming into the stable, we can find another skew if somewhere.
That'd be pretty good. You've trained an awful lot of winners. I don't know if you keep records, but you do train over 100 winners a year, and I think you're situated number 7 in the Victorian Premiership. Do you know how many winners you've trained?
Look, I don't know how many offhand, but the last 4 seasons we've trained over 100 winners, and which has been really good. But probably now we want to get to be training more city winners and try and concentrate on the better races now that we're getting probably the better class of yearlings. That's where you need to be now.
Yeah, you certainly got to compete with Freedman and Waterhouse and Hayes. What are the new sires that really excite you? You know, when you've been around the sales looking at yearlings, what are the new lines that really get you excited about training horses?
Well, I suppose, you know, like everyone else, the Exceed Excels, terrific to have a yearling or two by Exceed Excel come into your place. I was a big fan of Hassanate when he was a bit unknown. I thought they were very good types of horses, and like he's proven to be a great sire. And well, you know, some of the Zavabil, you know, he's got to be a great chance. Was a great racehorse and got a nice pedigree. So you know, those sort of stands, you know, you're certainly happy to have them sort of yearlings come into your stable.
Not to be content with just training 100 winners on the flat every year, we've noticed a few going over the jumps in your colours. How did that come about?
Well, I enjoy jumping horses myself, and was always keen on the jumpers. So you know, that's where that also came about. And with the prize money these days in the jumps races, it's terrific. So you know, if you got a horse that's sort of not racing up to its potential on the flat, or maybe met its mark, and it's a sound, good staying type of horse, well, he can certainly, you know, win a lot more prize money for owners.
Can you name just a couple of your better jumpers that you've got? And
well, probably the best one we've got would be Vivacity. You know, he was a pretty slow one-pace horse that won a mile maiden at Swan Hill, and then a 2,000 metre Class 1 at Echuca, and probably had met his mark. He was a nice, big, strong horse that kept whacking away at the end of his races, and we just suggested to the owner that you know, we thought he'd have a good career as a jumper, and with the money being so good, he was more than happy to go along that way, and well, he's turned into a very good steeplechaser, and with his win at Oakbank the other day, winning the Von Duser, he's now earned, you know, over 250,000 over the jumps in the last 2 seasons. So you can see what sort of money they can earn if they jump well and sound and can stay.
Well, that was Darren Weir from Forest Lodge in Ballarat, one of the leading trainers who trains over 100 winners on the flat every year, who's now turning his hand as well to jumps racing, and we wish him all the success, and he's a great trainer.